everyone, and welcome to another episode of It's News to Me. I'm your host, Anna.
And I'm Magdalena. Today, we will be highlighting important events happening worldwide, nationwide, and right here in our community. Wednesday, November 18th, was yet another day of protests about racism and bias on U.S. college campuses. Across the country, in at least 20 colleges, students spread their message with the hashtag #StudentBlackout. The student groups that organize these efforts are called the Black Liberation Collective. Students demand that administrators improve race relations on campus. Popular schools that have participated in these protests so far are University of Missouri, Yale, and Princeton. At Mizzou, protesters got the chancellor and the system president fired, and they are still demanding for more. At Yale, the president announces the initiatives to erase racial tension on campus. At Princeton, protesters occupied the president's office, refusing to leave until they signed the list of their demands. These demands included renaming buildings and programs named after U.S. President Woodrow Wilson, and adding cultural space on campus dedicated to Black students. The president agreed that the students should have their own space, but did not agree to change the names and the buildings and programs.
A state of mourning has stretched across the globe after Friday the 13th, 2015. Japan experienced a 6.7 magnitude earthquake that hit about 90 miles off the western shores of Makurazaki. Fortunately for Japan, no damage or injury reports were made. In Beirut, Lebanon, ISIS suicide bombers detonated themselves, killing 43 and wounding 239. Before the second suicide bomber could detonate, citizen Adel Termos tackled him, creating a scene of heroic sacrifice. Termos and his daughter both did not survive the detonation, but saved hundreds of others near the bombing. Another suicide bombing occurred at a funeral in a Baghdad mosque, killing 19, injuring 33. ISIS is suspected to be behind this incident as well. A 4.3 magnitude earthquake hit Baja California, Mexico on Friday morning with no reported injuries or damage. Lastly, Paris, France was the scene of a series of coordinated terrorist attacks, leaving the world in a state of shock. In just those 24 hours, we lost 115,200 heartbeats.
Authorities in France and Belgium took people into custody shortly after the series of terrorist attacks on Friday, November 13th. 3 teams of terrorists staged coordinated attacks at 6 locations throughout Paris late Friday. These included a concert hall, the Stade de France, and at least 2 restaurants. 120 people were killed and 352 people severely injured. ISIS has claimed responsibility for these horrific attacks. Early Saturday morning, the French President François Hollande said that France is at war. France rebutted the attacks by launching airstrikes against ISIS targets in Syria on Sunday night. These included the Commander Center, Recruitment Center, ammunition storage unit, and the terror training camp. ISIS responded with these threats in multiple locations in the United States, including the capital.
On Tuesday, November 10th, Batavia High School and Alice Gustafson Elementary School experienced an 8-hour soft lockdown situation initiated by the Batavia Police Department. Around 1 p.m., the BPD responded to a call that a man was threatening to cause himself harm. The man then barricaded himself inside of his home on Roberts Lane, where he had access to numerous firearms. This prompted officers to establish a perimeter around the house, as well as call in the King County SWAT team. At about 2:30 p.m., the man inside the home cut off all contact with the officers outside and refused to respond for several hours. The 2 schools dismissed their students around 4:30 p.m., but were directed away from the scene. Around 8:30 p.m., authorities decided to enter the home to check the well-being of the male and were able to take him out of the home without incident and then to the hospital.
And here's Katie Drum with the Park Bench.
Hi there, I'm Katie Drum, the Marketing and Sponsorship Coordinator for the Batavia Park District, and welcome to the Park Bench. We have lots of great events and programs coming up for this holiday season. First of all, don't forget to cast your vote for People's Choice for this year's Christmas Tree Lane. 25 trees will be decorated by local organizations at the Batavia Riverwalk throughout this November. Photos of each tree will be posted at the Batavia Park District Facebook page on November 25th. All you need to do is click like to vote for your favorite tree, and then the tree with the most likes or votes by noon on Sunday, November 29th will be crowned this year's winner, and will have a chance to be on stage during the ceremonial tree lighting at the Celebration of Lights Festival. And definitely don't miss out on this year's Celebration of Lights Festival. There's a fun schedule of activities. Just to name a few, there will be a performance by the Batavia Community Band, free hay rides, roasted chestnuts, a holiday craft market, community sing-along, and more. And don't forget to stick around to meet Santa Claus and also to check out the ceremonial tree lighting. The festival begins at 4 p.m. with the holiday craft market located inside the City Council chambers. And also, it is that time of the year to have breakfast with the big guy. That's right, coming up on Saturday, December 5th, we will have our annual Breakfast with Santa Claus. Breakfast is prepared by the Batavia Lions Club, and it includes pancakes, sausage, eggs, fruit, coffee, juice, you name it, as well as milk. And families will be able to see Santa before the entertainment. Santa will talk to each boy and girl, hand them a present, so definitely be sure to bring your camera. And by 9:15, Santa Claus will be saying goodbye, and then everyone can enjoy a wonderful entertainer. Children can even participate in the show. This is for ages 2 and up, but everyone must register. And also, high chairs are not available. Breakfast is served at 8:30 a.m. sharp. The fee is $47, $54, or $61 for a family of 4, or per person it's $14, $16, or $18. For more information, visit bataviaparks.org or call one of our offices to register. We also have some really great trips planned at the Park District for the holiday season. Check out local productions of A Christmas Story or A Wonderful Life, go Christmas caroling with us, or you can also choose to go on a 1.8-mile tour of Mooseheart's amazing holiday light display. It's absolutely the most wonderful time of the year. For more information on how to register, please give us a call at 630-879-5235. And also, as a friendly reminder, the Park District offices will be closed Thursday through Saturday, November 26th through 28th, in observation of Thanksgiving. There's definitely a lot to be grateful for this year, and the Park District is absolutely thankful for such a great community like Batavia. And on behalf of the Park District, we hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next time in December.
Since the refugee crisis in Syria, United States governors have been deciding where to stand on the issue of letting Syrian refugees across their borders. On Monday, November 16th, Illinois Governor Bruce Rauner announced that Illinois will temporarily not be accepting Syrian refugees following the terrorist attacks on Paris. This belief is currently a popular one with mostly Republican governors and is being highly criticized and questioned as to whether or not states really do have the right to turn away refugees of a war-torn country. President Barack Obama has committed to taking in at least 100,000 Syrians this year and has stated that slamming the door in their faces would be a betrayal of our values.
Los Angeles struggles to manage rising homelessness beyond Skid Row. The number of people on the streets has risen 12% in the past 2 years. Every few months, the city does a sweep of Cotner Avenue and clears everyone out. These strategies are rejected as the homeless come back and rebuild within a couple of days. Residents want to break this cycle as they are not pleased with the sight outside of their neighborhood.
An all-school assembly was held last week at Batavia High School that recognized the fall sports teams and their many accomplishments during the 2015 season. Let's take a look.
Before we start the recognition assembly, I'd just like to have a word here of the entire student body and staff from the administration. We'd just like to thank you very much, students and staff, for your cooperation yesterday for the 3.5-hour soft lockdown. You guys should all be proud of your behavior. Hopefully we won't have to do that again. Today we're celebrating a very special event. Our girls cross-country team has received only the 2nd state trophy in the history of Batavia High School for girls. and the 6th state trophy total for the entire high school of their existence. So it's a pretty big accomplishment, and that's why we bring everybody together. We have had a very successful fall season, and I'd just like to read off a couple of the accomplishments for each team so they can be recognized as well. Football is conference champions again for the 5th year in a row. They are IHSA quarterfinalists, which is the Elite 8, which means they'll get another banner in the gym. Hope everybody comes out on Saturday at 1 o'clock here at Bulldog Stadium to support them. The football team had several all-conference players. If you could stand up as I read your name: Zach Garrett, Kyle Neiman, Mitch Davies, Zach Sims, Glenn Albanese, Kanan Coffey, Brett Bowman, Zach Micah, Colin Thurston, Miles William, Derek Nutley, and there was several honorable mention as well. But here's three actually impressive things. Batavia High School had the Offensive Player of the Year in the conference with Kyle Nemick and the Defensive Player of the Year of the conference with Derek Nutley. Let's give them a round of applause. The football team also had 10 academic all-state athletes, which is again an amazing accomplishment for those boys. Members of the boys soccer team, please stand up. They took 3rd place in the Morton tournament, which is a very competitive tournament down in central Illinois. They were also regional champions for the 2nd year in a row, and they are about 2 minutes or 1 PK away from advancing to the Sweet 16, but they had an outstanding season. Let's give the boys soccer team a round of applause. Members of the boys golf team, please stand up. They took 3rd place in conference. All conference players were Robert Carr, Andrew Nelson, and Nick Robinson. Sectional qualifiers were Andrew Nelson and Nick Robinson. Let's give them a round of applause. Girls golf team, please stand up. Rebecca Haseman was an all-conference player. They had 3 individuals advance to sectionals: Rebecca Haseman, Madison McCoy, and Samantha Bauman. And they had 1 individual in Madison McCoy advance to the state tournament. She is only the 6th girl in the school history to advance to the state tournament, and she finished 88th overall. Let's give her a round of applause. Our boys cross-country team had 2 sectional qualifiers, Shay Bash and Sean Adams. Let's have them stand up, along with the entire boys cross-country team. Girls swim team, please stand up. They bus over to West Chicago High School every day. They took 4th place in conference. They are the Maine East Relay Invite Champions, and they are still currently in their season with their sectional tournament this weekend. Let's give them a round of applause. Girls volleyball, please stand up. The entire team. They were 2nd place in the silver division in the Maine West Pumpkin Tournament. They were 4th place in conference, and Caitlin Fagan was an all-conference selection. Let's give her a round of applause. Girls tennis, please stand up. They were Pekin Invite champions for the 3rd year in a row. All-conference members were Julianne Robinson, Kate McClure, Moran Maddie Ray was honorable mention. Let's give them a round of applause. I'd also like to acknowledge the marching band. They're very supportive of athletics here and everything that they do, whether it be drum lines, bringing teams out, whether it be the pep assemblies, whether it be at football games. They're a very important part of the school. The Batavia Marching Band has its most successful season in its short history. The marching band placed in their class in all 5 competitions this year and came home with 2 Best Percussion Awards and 2 Best Color Guard Awards. In addition, the band placed in 3rd place in their division at the Illinois State University Marching Band Championships. That section that won all those awards, they sent off our girls cross country team last Friday to the state tournament. And I'd like to introduce them along with the girls to bring them back to the school. Let me read off a couple accomplishments of this girls cross country team. They were back-to-back conference champions. They won their first regional championship ever. In all the invites that they ran in this year, they were top 2 or 1. They were the St. Charles North invite champions. They took second place in the first of the finish, which was one of the toughest invites all year. They were ranked high as 19th in the nation towards the end of the season. They placed 3rd in the state of Illinois out of about 300 teams in Class 3A, and that's the trophy that you see right there. At this time, I'd also like to acknowledge the state team. There's about 48 girls on this team. The top 13 are acknowledged as the state team, and I'd just like to read their names off. You just step forward as your name is read. Sophomore, Erica Mansfield. Senior, Connor Albert. Sophomore, Dessa Babaski. Junior, Annie Babaski. Sophomore, Maida Whitecamp. Sophomore, Sarah Hager. And then there's 7 girls that run at state that accomplished this feat here. I'd just like to read off their names and their accomplishments. Freshman, Alexa Andrews. She earned all conference this year and ran at the state meet in 1839. Junior, Maya Hayworth. She was also all conference. She ran in 1804 at the state meet this year. Sophomore, Anna Malay. She was also all conference and ran in 1803 at the state meet. Sophomore, Mary Grace Golden. All conference, ran a 1742 at the state meet. Sophomore, Daphne Colodi. All conference, and ran a 1739 at the state meet. Sophomore, Emma Stevens. She is the first Batavia girl in the history of the school to earn an all-state medal in 13th place. Let's give her a round of applause. Emma broke her own school record 2 times during the school year, and she set the school mark at 16:54 at the state meet. She's the only girl in the school history to break 17 minutes. Let's give her another round of applause for that.
3 rounds into the IHSA playoffs, the BHS football team suffered a 42-21 loss against Cary Grove. Despite not making it to the finals like 2 years ago in 2013, the Bulldogs had some exceptional accomplishments this season. The Bulldogs finished off their year ranking 28th in Illinois and 664th in the nation. Their final record was 2 winning games better than last year in 2014. For the 5th year in a row, the Bulldogs were the Upstate 8 River Division Conference champions. The football team had 11 all-conference athletes, including seniors Zach Garrett, Kyle Nemec, Mitch Davey, Zach Sims, Kanan Coffey, Zach Micah, Colin Thurston, Miles Williams, Derek Nutley, and junior Glenn Albanese. Derek Nutley was named the Upstate 8 Defensive Player of the Year, and Kyle Nemec was awarded Offensive Player of the Year. Congrats, Bulldogs, on a great season.
Due to the political protests in Nepal, key roads leading to the hospitals have been blocked each and every day. As of last Thursday, doctors say that they are starting to cut services. The hospitals are rescheduling surgeries by weeks, and residents of Nepal are not receiving immediate care. India, which has close cultural ties to the group, has restricted fuel and other goods to Nepal. Truckloads of medicine have been blocked at the main border crossing with India for the last few months by Nepal's Madhesi ethnic protesters. Nepal imports 60% of their medicine from India, and without this medicine, people are growing weak. Another ongoing problem is fuel shortages. Buses and trucks are cutting down services, and taxis are charging 4 times more than the normal rate.
In local news, BATV received the Grand Victoria Riverboat Grant for $15,973 this fall, and the check was presented by Chris Lawson, the chairman of the Kane County Board, on November 6th. The grant money went toward 3 new cameras and tripods, a new lighting kit, and other essentials.
Charlie Sheen's interview on the November 16 edition of the Today Show revealed that the renowned actor is HIV positive. The 50-year-old actor claims that some of the people that he had trusted with his diagnosis had turned the other direction and demanded money to keep quiet. Sheen has spent upward of $10 million on these payouts and hopes that his appearance on the show will end them. Sheen said that he was diagnosed roughly 4 years ago, and his doctor made it clear that he was contracted HIV, not the incurable condition AIDS.
The Chicago Cubs made history this past week as only the second team in Major League Baseball history to win Rookie of the Year, Manager of the Year, and the Cy Young Award all in the same season. Chris Bryant, the Las Vegas native third baseman and power hitter on the Cubs, earned the title of National League Rookie of the Year. Bryant finished his 2015 season with 26 home runs and a batting average of .275. His teammate, right-handed pitcher Jake Arrieta, earned the 2015 National League Cy Young Award. Arrieta finished his season with 236 total strikeouts and an ERA of 1.77. And finally, after bringing the Cubs to a completely new level this season and guiding them all the way to the NLCS, Joe Maddon received the 2015 National League Manager of the Year award, Maddon's third. It's been a very successful week for the north side of Chicago.
Yellowstone National Park proposes to kill about 1,000 wild bison this winter. They are targeting mostly calves and females. Officials seek to curb the animals' annual migration into Montana to prevent the spread of disease to livestock. Park officials will meet Thursday, November 19th, with representatives of American Indian tribes and federal agencies to decide the plan for this winter.
That's all for today, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of It's News to Me. Most of our programming is viewable online at mybatv.com or on YouTube under the username BATV1017. Be sure to like us on Facebook and sign up for our newsletter to stay up to date on the station's current happenings. Thanks again for watching. I'm Anna.
And I'm Angelina.
And that's News to Me.
Hey, that's news to me.